Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Tezos, its valuations against Bitcoin, as well as the US dollar. Um, Looking at the recent downtrend we are finding ourselves in. If you guys like the video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, with Tezos, we got to a high. We went to as high as 17,685 Satoshis. Again, this is the Bitcoin valuation. So, the US dollar valuation, oh, that's not Tezos. We wicked as high as $8 essentially. Um, the run has started. In my opinion, I said that as long as if we have a decisive weekly close above the buy region, then that is a great step in the right direction, and we could be on pace to reach the upper bounds in the chart of the chart in relatively short amount of time. If we look at the moves here and here, these took a matter of weeks from you could say from the bottom of this move, week of October 28th, um, and we saw it in December. So exactly around a month, a little over a month, us getting to the top of the chart here, and it wasn't. It's just a couple months after where we hit the peak. Here, it's been 4 weeks to get to the top of the chart. Um, and so now we're on our fourth week here. Now, you could say that it might take longer than before because of lengthening cycles. That is also an argument to be made. But just to say, hey, we've since the start of August 23rd, we have exited out of the buy region, and hopefully coming up to the top. Now, looking at the short term of Tezos, you could see that we have clear higher highs and higher lows. So the idea here is to create a higher low at some point against Bitcoin. That could be not too far from us, but looking at the recent downtrend, that was a 23% downtrend. From where we are, a 23% downtrend would actually correspond to the prior local peak, which lines up pretty nicely, right? Turning previous resistance, so this was resistance here, into support. So something around here, get a bounce, nice bounce, and shoot on our way up. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Um, and so that is essentially what would need to happen. I think also another thing that would need to happen is that Ethereum needs to continue bleeding. It can't be having these 3% days like we did yesterday. It needs to keep on bleeding in order for Tezos to really gain the market share. In my opinion, why? Because they're competitors. Tezos is another smart contract network. If it's either Ethereum's going crazy or taking up market share, or the rest of the smart contract space, or anything that is a direct competition with Ethereum is moving up, right? That's why you see Solana moving up. Um, Polkadot was moving up. Uh, you could say also Cardano was also moving up. Those projects need to keep holding on. I think, and outpacing Ethereum for Tezos to also catch the tailwind of that. And that is simply just my opinion right now. Um, because I think, again, direct competition, you can call it a hedge, you can call it whatever you want. But I think that Ethereum needs to hold back in order for Tezos to truly start to outpace the market, or outpace Bitcoin and Ethereum. When we look at Tezos against Ethereum, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. The drop that we've had since the peak in 2020, this drop was about a 92% drop against Ethereum for Tezos. So for it to come back to these previous highs is a daunting task. It would need to be an 1100% move, which is pretty insane. And so I think, I've held my Tezos position, but in all honesty, there are probably other altcoins out there that that would have performed better, I think, against Ethereum. Cardano is one of them. Cardano was able to hold its Ethereum valuation pretty well during this period. Tezos has yet to do so. I could be wrong, and I'd love to be wrong. But that is something to also keep in mind. And I think in the future I might be a little bit more hesitant on buying Tezos for that reason of um, it's just not catching up. It's not keeping up with Ethereum. It's just not. Um, even from the peak, we're still from the local peak to where we were, it's still a 426% move to the upside, right? So again, something to take into consideration when looking at Tezos, but this is one thing that that leaves kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Having said that, again, when we look at Bitcoin, we're looking for that higher low, and that aim is about 12,000 satoshis, in my opinion, around that place. If this same drawback is going to happen again, it should land around the top of the buy region, at around 12,000 satoshis. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.